Hello, I'm Melissa and welcome to Teacher Inspiration Station. In today's video, I just wanted to share with you what I plan on doing for remote teaching. So I've been in person since September, but because the cases have gone up, it's the holidays, people are seeing their families most likely, so they decided to have that first week back be online. So I'm a little nervous. Like I don't know why. This time around I have a lot more direction as far as what is expected of us. Back in March we were just kind of thrown in, we all did our own thing, but this time it's a bit more consistent and we have more direction. So we're supposed to be teaching synchronous 225 minutes for grades 1 to 8, I believe. Grades 1 to 8, I don't know, I think so, but for grade 1 I know it's 225 minutes, and that's live teaching. So I'm basically going to be spending my whole time on the computer, and I want to do a mix of like what we do in the classroom. Like I'm not talking and teaching the entire time. I do have kids. Obviously there's interactive work, not too much interaction now because of COVID, so they kind of just stay in their spots, but they do have the opportunity to talk with one another, and we have brain breaks and we play games, we do community building. So I want to transfer that in the online world as best I can. It's not going to be exactly the same obviously, but I will do my best. So I thought this would be a great video to share with teachers who pretty much have no idea where to start. My philosophy in life is simple is best, and you can kind of work your way up from that. So I know there's all these different features and things you can do, breakout rooms and Zoodle and Boogle, and there's all these things you can do, I know that, but we're gonna keep it simple. I'm thinking of my parents, the parents of my students, and I want this to be as simple as possible for them. Some of them may not be able to consistently be with their kid the whole time. I want to be able to show my students what it is that they need to do and it be easy for them to figure out. I don't want anything too complicated, and it's only for a week. So, well, for now, it's a week. The thing with this COVID is things change all the time, so they might extend it. But I'm just gonna worry about what I know. I know that for a week I'm doing remote teaching. So I have my computer. I actually ended up getting a new one. This is my old computer, but I ended up getting a new one because my son is gonna has to do remote as well. I know you can get laptops from the school, but it's gonna be, I don't know. I felt like our family needed another laptop. So I got one, and that's gonna be the one that I use because that one is gonna be faster. This one is extremely slow, and all the things that I wanna do for online teaching, I just can't do on this because it's so slow and laggy. So anyways, I got a new one, but this one still has a lot of files and things, so I do like to use it for planning. So what I've done is I typed up my plans. This is to help make my life easier. So just like how I do plans for school, I'm doing plans for remote. So I'm just gonna go through it and just let you know what it is that I'm doing. So kids are gonna have to sign in using Google Meet. Google Meet is the easiest option for me because we've been doing Google Classroom. That's where I put the homework and everything. At Google Meet, there's a little link that I've put in Google Classroom with the Google Meet link. So all kids and parents have to do is click the link and they can access the Google Meet. I think that's just probably the easiest option. So from there, I'll be able to take attendance. There's a separate website I have to do the attendance. And we're gonna do our good morning song. So every morning we play It's a Beautiful Day. There's actions to it. See the sun shining in the window. Time to start a new day. So I'm gonna do that. Just like at school. So I'll just play it on my phone, and hopefully it's not gonna be laggy. There's gonna be some lag in some cases for some kids. Like, it is what it is, we're online, right? But we will play the song, and I'll go over some rules. Now, I was on this resource on Teachers Pay Teachers, and it's a free resource. Everything I talk about I'm gonna link down below, but it was a free resource, and it just talked about different rules that you can have. Some of them I'm not feeling. So there's this one, online classroom etiquette. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says be on time, which Yes, you should be on time. Yes, 9 o'clock, be on time. Okay. Mute yourself. Yes, that's a good rule. Mute yourself. Turn on video. For this one, I'm gonna encourage it, but I'm not gonna, it's not gonna be mandatory. So, whatever. Turn on video. No food or drinks. Now, to be honest, I don't really care. I mean, if they're having like this like, you know, 5-course meal in front of the camera, okay, fine. But if they're eating like some goldfish crackers or something, like I don't care if they eat. That's personal. That's me personally. Some people would care, but I don't. But I am gonna give them a break. They do get breaks, so they can eat their snack during that time. But if I see a kid munching on something, I'm not gonna say, "Don't eat, no eating." You know, if they're being quiet and no one even notices or cares, like I don't know. I don't care. I'm not gonna even mention that. But we have be respectful, which is basically our only rule in school, is respect yourselves, others, and property. That's our only rule. Raise your hand to talk, come prepared, and be in a quiet room. So there's those rules. And this one here is different. It's some of the same rules, but it says dress appropriately in there, have an adult available, no toys or distractions. That one, I feel like as problems arise, I will address it. So if a kid's on there and they're holding up a toy, then I'll say, you know what, we're not bringing toys, or it's just us, and I'll address it if it becomes an issue. But I'm not just gonna just bring on all these rules. Also, they have an adult available, whatever. I mean, they might not, I don't know. But anyways, this is the one I decided to go with. It's this one. So basically it says ears are listening, eyes are looking, mouth is quiet, raise your hand, body is facing screen, and brain is thinking. I think that's just a basic, simple set of rules that, yeah, it doesn't get too specific, and I don't know. I just feel like it's simple for my kids to understand. And again, as problems arise, I have a really, I have loved my class this year. Oh my goodness, they're such a great group of kids, and they work well together. You know, some kids, like, you like them individually, but as a whole class, you're just not feeling the class. I love this class. Like, I'm so fortunate. The parents are great. So yes, I'm lucky in that sense. So I think this will be good for them. Maybe it was a different class, I would have to have different kind of rules, but I think that's good for them. So I have my day plan, but I also have a schedule, and this is the one that I'm going to be sharing with parents. This is also to help me. I mean, we're supposed to be following the same schedule as we would in school, but this also has information, like sign on to Google Meet. I just kind of have that throughout the week at 9 a.m. do it, and then I just talk about like what it is we're doing, what subjects we're covering, and the times in which we are covering it. So parents have an idea, and I have an idea of what it is that I'm doing. Oh, hold on, this is backwards. Sorry about that. Anyways, so there's that. So I'm saying it's a beautiful day. We go over the rules, and then I talk about news. Does anyone have any news they would like to share? So I'd like to give a few kids an opportunity to speak. I know, like, there's some kids who just love sharing news, and there are ones that are just a little bit more quiet, but we'll do that. Same like in class, what we do, share news, and we have our calendar routine. So I found this resource on Teachers Pay Teachers, and I will link it down below, and it is a calendar, and I'm just gonna quickly share that with you. So basically it's a calendar that kids are able to drag and drop different parts of the calendar. So I'm just gonna show with you what this looks like. Okay. So it says good morning, and I have a little good morning message for them. How are you feeling today? I think I may get rid of this. So basically what they do is they drag this icon here, this arrow, and they're supposed to point it to how they're feeling that day. But I think I might get rid of this, and we'll kind of just do this as a class as opposed to them doing it on this slide. So it comes with a question of the day. Are you happy to be back at school? It's not gonna hurt my feelings if they say no, but basically they find their name. These are not actual kids in my class. These are just like names that I made up for this. So, and they drag their name, and yeah, it goes there. So there's Susie, she's happy to be back. I'm sorry, I didn't get to the calendar yet. So here's the actual calendar. So what the kids do is they fill in the calendar. So what I've done is I've already done the date, so January 4th, 2021. And so they just fill it in. So the first day, I made a little note and I said the first day is actually on Friday. So what they do is they click and drag it to fill in the calendar. So they're gonna fill it in for up until today's date. And yeah, they'll just do that every day. I mean, I know like my kids understand the calendar, they get the calendar, but this is also a skill in itself, being able to click and drag. And some of them are good at that because they do it a lot at home if they use the technology a lot, but some kids might need practice with that. So it's good practice there. And it's just a bit of a routine. Like this is just what we're doing every day. So there's that. There's this slide here where they drag what the month is, January, and this will just be daily. So they just kind of fill it in. Sorry, it's hard to do this with my left hand, but you guys get the idea. So basically what I've had to do is I have to make a copy of this for each student. Because if I do one mass copy, different kids are going to, it's going to be, different kids are going to be manipulating the one slide. So I have to make sure in Google Classroom I say make a copy for everyone. So the season is, the weather is, how does it feel? I don't know if my kids are going to understand this. I'm going to have to explain it to them. Because what we do at school is we do the straws. But we have a single straws, then we bundle them together in a group of 10 and we put them in the 10s. But because these are with the base 10 blocks, I think that's what you call them. Because this is with the cubes, I don't know if they're gonna understand, but I will explain it to them in that first lesson, what that looks like. And then days in school, I did the first 50 for them and they just have to finish the rest. It's gonna be 69 days of school on Monday. So they just have to fill that in. And then this one, they just drag the circle to whatever day it is. So 69, and they just kind of put it there like that. So that's gonna be that. And that's it for that. This resource had more. They have a number of the day and all that, but I think I'm just gonna keep it simple. We'll just stick to the calendar and the daily message and the daily question. Okay? So that's the calendar. So I'm just going to show them how to do it and then I'm gonna send them off to do it themselves. So I'm gonna present my screen and show them step by step how to access the calendar. And the calendar is under assignments. So under assignments, they're gonna be able to find the calendar through there. Actually, should I show you? I'm gonna show you guys, hold on. And it's under calendar. So they click on it and they'll be able to access the slides. So yeah, there it is. Okay? Okay, so we'll do that. I'll give them a few minutes to do it. I will still be online as they're doing that. And if they need help, I'll do my best to help them with that. And the parents, for the most part, I think a lot of parents will be there. Some might not necessarily be beside their kid at that time, but I'll do my best to help them. Okay, and then we'll have our question of the day. So whether they're finished or not, I'm gonna give them about, I don't know how much time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes to do that. I'll tell them to come back when they're done or come back in 10 minutes or whatever, and they'll come back. I'll be on the go, I'll be there. And then question of the day. So how we do that is I have a bunch of questions in a bag and we just kind of pull a question out for the day. But I'm gonna have them pre-made, pre-done. So my question of the day is going to be, how are you feeling today? And the resource I just showed you had a great visual and had different feelings. There's lots of different ones online, different emojis that I can use that kids can pick how they're feeling. And so I'll ask the question and they can answer if they want or they can pass. But how are you feeling? And they can quickly share why they're feeling that way. And then we'll do our poem of the week. So the poem of the week, we've been doing this since the first week of school. And poems are great, I love them. They build fluency. You can teach them about different parts of the written language, like punctuation and rhyming and just different things. Like there's so much you can do with poetry. You can do actions, you can do syllables, you can change your voice to convey different emotions. There's just so much you can do with poetry. So we do a poem of the week. And so this poem of the week is called New Year's resolutions. And it's just a poem that just talks about New Year's resolutions. It's a New Year poem. We're not going to be doing resolutions on Monday, but that is definitely something I'd like them to do at some point in the week, or maybe even when we come back. Talk about what a resolution is and why we have them and all that. So what I plan to do for the poem is I plan on presenting my screen. How I started is I'll say, what words do you know? So I have different kids talk about what words they know in the poem, and then I read the poem first and they read second. And again, I'll just share my screen and I'll have my cursor moving to each word, so they'll get to see that. Okay, and then we'll play a game. We'll play a game called Guess the Leader. I'll have one kid close their eyes, and we play this in the classroom. So one kid actually leaves the room, we pick a leader, the leader does an action, and they have to guess who the leader is. So we'll play a version of that online. We'll see how that works. And then it should be time for my prep, which should have drama and dance. So they said follow the same schedule that you would in school. So that teacher has access to my Google Classroom, so they'll be able to come in and do what they gotta do. And then they have a break, they have recess, and then we'll come back again, Google Meet at 10:35. And we're gonna be doing writing. So we do this a lot in class. It's basic writing. So basically what it is just a sheet like this and has different pictures at the side there. I don't know if you guys can see, but they basically have a puzzle that they have to put together. It's a 6-piece puzzle. They put it in the box and then they write about it. And they have different words here that they can use in their sentence. So we have tent, girl, bear, apple pie, lantern. And they create a sentence. So it says capital letter at the beginning, period at the end, finger space between words. I'd like to add one that says reread what you've written, because sometimes as kids are reading it out loud to me when I see their work, that's when they're catching their mistakes. So I kind of want them to just independently do that on their own. I put it up on Google Classroom, a PDF of it, and they can print it out and do it. For kids who do not have a printer, I have also put up a completed version that has the puzzle already put together, and they basically just write a sentence. I gave them all notebooks before the break, and they can just write their sentence in the notebook and draw a picture to go with it. So there's the option for people who have a printer and the option for kids who do not have the printer. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Keep it simple. And then I'll have different kids share their writing, just like what we do in class. Different kids share their work. When they're done, kids can do fast finishers. So in class, fast finishers are like, you can draw a picture, you can read a book, you could, sometimes I'll have like a little word search or like a connect the dots, some sort of like a little worksheet that the kids can do when they're done their work. And they love it. I'm just like, wow, you guys are really into this. But for the online world, I have, I'll show you what I do have. Let me pull it up. In the classwork tab, I have something called Fast Finishers. So they can play games. It says TVO Kids Games. There's math online games from education.com. There's a virtual library. We have temple books that our board provides, and Capstone Interactive our board provides. But virtual library, I'm gonna link down below where I found this, but it's such a cool resource. Basically what this person did is they created a whole bookshelf, different books. Let's listen to books about pet characters. And you can do books about dog characters, sing-along books, books about mindfulness. It's just so great. Books about growth mindset. And basically when you click on the link, it takes you to a video of someone reading the book. So we have the, what is this, the Bad Seed? And it just has someone reading it. So that's pretty cool, right? We have math games from education.com. So when they click on that, it takes them straight to the online games. And there's different little games that they can play. And so that's when they're done their work. And I'll give them a time of when I want them to come back to Google Classroom or Google Meet. Okay. So after that, it is, we'll play a game. So the game I would like to play is called Two Truths and a Lie. And then they can do it. So I'll open it to different kids. Some kids are great at thinking about things on the spot. And some kids might need a bit more time. But it's not a game that everyone has to participate. It's just I'll pick some kids to share. Then give them some time to think. 2 things that are the truth about you and something that is not the truth. So it could be how many siblings you have, it could be what your favorite color is, it could be what your favorite food is. Yeah, so I'll get their minds going. And then it's lunch. So we have a lunch break for 45 minutes. And then we'll come back and we'll have math. So a game that I like to play with the kids is called Mystery Number, and they know it, so we can just play it online. So I have a hundreds chart here, and I write a number down on a piece of paper between 1 and 100, and the kids have to guess what it is. So they'll make a guess. Sometimes I give them clues. Like I'll make say, oh, it's an even number, it's a number less than 50. Sometimes I'll give them clues. Sometimes I don't. I'm just like, all right, guess. So they'll guess a number, 25 or whatever. And if it's higher than 25, I'll let them know it's higher than 25, and then I'll cross off all the numbers that it can't be. So it's higher than 25, can't be 1, it can't be 2, can't be 3. So I just kind of cross those off, and then we'll see if they can figure out what the number is. So they love the game, like absolutely love that game. So we'll play that to kind of get them warmed up, and then we'll do some addition, and we're gonna be doing the counting on method. So with math or with addition, there's more than one way to solve a problem. The kids understand that there's more than one way to solve a problem. But I find when I teach them like all these different methods, they get confused. I like kids to share with the class how they figured it out, and I like to show them ways that are the most efficient in figuring it out quickly. But I kind of switch it up for kids who may need the help. So what I do, like for addition, for example, like 5 plus 6 or whatever, I'll say the bigger number first and count on from there. So the bigger number is 6, say 6 and count on. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's what I do. For some kids, they may need a number line. For some kids, they may need actual manipulatives. It kind of depends on where they're at. There's some kids who are way beyond that. They can see the question and know the answer right away. The addition that I have is I'll give them some questions, and at the bottom it says easy, hard, or just right. And let me show you what it looks like actually. So here's my Google Classroom. I'm gonna go back to all the assignments for that day. I just leave here. So the writing is there. The addition questions I'm gonna put here. And it says for families with a printer, print out the addition 20 sheet. And then for people who don't have a printer, just answer the questions in your notebook. So here is the PDF of the questions, and I got this from a resource on TPT. So basically they answer the questions, and I'll be there. I can help them, I'll be there. And then it says this was easy, just right or hard. There's 2 pages there. Yeah, that's it, we'll do that. And then for some kids who need more of a challenge, I do have I could ask an open-ended math question, but I'm just doing, oh goodness, I'm just doing this slide here. So I said challenge for those who want a bit more of a challenge. So I have the addition questions, but it's just three numbers. So they'll do that. And the kids who need the challenge, they can just do this. They don't have to do the other one. And again, once they're done, they can do the fast finisher, they can play a game, they can read the books. Yeah, they can do that. And then they have a recess at 1:40 to 1:55, and they'll come back and we'll do some science. So I have a video that they're going to be watching about the 4 seasons, and then they're going to talk about what season is their favorite. Now what's different about this is I put it on a Google slide for them to be able to type in their answer. So there's 4 questions. We'll have a discussion first, like what are the first seasons? What do people do? What are changes in the environment during those seasons? What do people wear during those seasons? We'll have a bit of a discussion, and then we'll watch the video, and they are going to do the assignment, which it's different because I put it on Google Slides and they're able to type on it. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. That's work. So my favorite season. So there it is right there, and it's going to be a Google slide. Again, everyone gets their own copy so that they can edit it. So it says here seasons, and this is a video that I found on YouTube. And then I have here what is your favorite season, and they can actually type their answer. So it's a little answer box. They can delete that message and they're able to type. If you want kids to be able to type, you cannot have this in present mode. It has to be in edit mode, and they each have to have their own copy, because if they don't, you're basically giving them all one sheet of paper to write on. So if they each have their own copy, each kid can just write their own thing in there. So it's what's your favorite season? What's the weather like during your favorite season? What kind of clothes do you wear during your favorite season? And what kinds of sports or outdoor games do you play during your favorite season? Now, because they're typing it in, these are a few questions here. Parents can help them with this. They can scribe, they can just type what their child says. The kid doesn't actually have to type it out. Maybe they can answer one of the questions. Maybe I should put a note in there for the parents that you can type it for them, because it's a lot for a 6-year-old to type. And again, I will be there too, so kids can talk to me about what their favorite season is, and I can help them with that as well. So yeah, I'm gonna be there. And then we'll do a read aloud, which is you get what you get, and we'll just read the book for fun. I love reading for fun with my kids. I think that's one of the things that some teachers don't do. They just read, and then the kids have to analyze the book, they have to dissect it. Just read for fun. There's no strings attached. We're just gonna enjoy the book. And the book is called You Get What You Get. And then we're gonna play a scavenger hunt. And that's just to end our day. Again, a community building exercise. So I'll show you the slide. Yeah, I found a YouTuber, a teacher YouTuber. I don't remember her name right now, but I'll link her down below. I'll find out who she is. But I got these like ideas for slides. So find something red, find a spoon, find a nickel, find a pencil, find your favorite toy. And we'll end off like that, and different kids can share. And I'm just gonna keep it simple, and I'm gonna let the kids know, like, don't run around your house finding these things. Take it easy. I don't want anyone getting into any accidents or chaos in your home. Just find the objects and come back and show us what you have. So I've done that in the past with a different class, and it worked well. So we're gonna do that, and then we'll end it. They can share their favorite toy. Again, the community building aspect, and just having fun, because they're in front of a computer, and I want it to be as engaging as possible. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I do want to do guided reading. I do have a resource that I got on TPT that has different leveled passages, which is going to make my life easier when I put it up on Google Classroom. Yeah, but we'll get to that at some point in the week. But this is just what we're doing on Monday, that first day back. So I hope it all goes well. We'll see. I mean, I'll do my best, but that's what we're doing. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any ideas for me, any advice, any tips that's gonna make my online teaching life a little easier, please let me know in the comments. I'm not an expert in this at all. So yeah, I'm willing to learn. So yeah, let me know. Thumb up the video if you liked it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.